Hello students. Students, this is the live lecture on the last day revision video. Just allow me 2 minutes, students. So good evening students over here. I am going to students also give this particular the file which is there on the LDR in my Telegram channel as well. I'll share this particular file so that this particular the Telegram or else you can do one more thing, students. You can also, I'll give you a message whereby you can message for this particular PDF file. I'll just first of all let me give you those particular brief background. I think all of you are live now. So all the students are live here in fine. So let's start with this particular thing. Now students, in this particular lecture series, just will take very quick particular time, 15-20 minutes at the most. I'll give those notes. I'll just tell you where the notes should be kept. So first students, let's focus on this one. Now since we all know that November 20 examination is going to take place, so there is no doubt on this one. This was one LDR video which I was supposed to prepare earlier also as committed, but since the examination was being pushed up, now finally we are into this. So finally what I was supposed to do in May 20, I am now doing it right now at this particular point of time. This is the LDR, you can say also kind of an ABC, which whatever it be, but this is focused for what you are going to prepare during that 2 days period. Now students, all those who are appearing now for the examination in November 20, we all are aware that you have 29th is a costing paper. Just let's look upon to the timetable. After costing paper, then there is an off, then there is a holiday in between. Primarily there is an extra holiday for ISCA for the old course and elective paper for the new course. So there is this extra off which the students have got it. So what primarily we will be looking at would be trying to utilize that evening of costing, and the next day of the very next day, that is on 30th of November, maybe a partial, if not the entire day, we can use the partial day, so that you will be in a better position to revise comprehensively your direct tax paper, which is quite a vast particular syllabus at first place. So students, obviously I am using the English as a medium right now for the benefit, because this is only a last day preparation strategy. So I think all of you majorly would be comfortable in the English, so I have to cater to the vast audience in the south as well. Now students, just pay attention here. Some of my inputs I've given it at the very start. Direct tax law being a vast paper, well balanced revision shall be crucial. Here is the indicative plan of the action, students. This is what indicative plan of action will suggest that you adhere to the timelines. Please refer charts to expedite completion on these dates. Now many students are giving their concerns that what about the inter CA ABC. Don't worry, I will just share with you the inter CA in a separate video. Right now focusing on final CA video itself. Note, no new areas or materials to be referred. That is the first and foremost thing. Students, whatever has been done now. Whatever you have referred it primarily. So in my particular discussion which I am going to do with you for the next 15 minutes, if there is anything new or you think that I have done it from this particular source, please stick with that source. No new materials or nothing new has to be referred. Some students can keep on flashing whether you have done RTP of 20 or whether you have done this or done that. Nothing needs to be referred. Some students may refer that have you done my MTPs, 7 MTPs or so. If you haven't done it, I'm telling you, nothing is going to come from that particular MTP if you haven't done it. So don't do anything new. That is the first and the foremost thing, students, which I just wanted to share with all of you. That is point number one. Second is that below I have given students also the timeline. So at least the things should not go haywire. Many students are also requesting, sir, can you also tell us about 6C? 6C I will tell, but right now I'm only focusing on paper number 7. 6C I will tell towards the end of the video, so that those who are done with paper number 7, they can leave, and those who want to focus on 6C, that for them I will definitely will assist. So here, students, if you see therein, the below timelines are only indicative. I've given the number of hours as well, students. The number of hours as well has been given in this context. You'll say, sir, why the number of hours has been given? So that at least you are having a target and the focus is there, and if there is any variance, you can try to cover it up. This is a strategy, students, which I have built up for all of you. I think this is the best that you can do it. But if you require any modification, you can do so. Also, if another week, this upcoming week, if you can take a day time for the direct tax, if you can, I'm not putting any pressure on you. So how you can just do the direct tax planning for that LDR, the last day revision, how you will do it, I'll just give you that insight as well of one day which you can use it somewhere in between. Just let's start with this. Students, attack PGBP on the 29th of evening. On the 29th of evening, students, please attack PGBP. You'll say, why PGBP? Because obviously you are done with your costing. The first paper of your group 2 or SCMPE for the new course students, please attack in this particular case this PGBP. 3 hours is the time. 6 hours is what I have allotting, considering that you come at 6 o'clock, take some bit of rest. Please ensure that 6 hours of that day becomes crucial. What you're going to do in that 6 hours, I have targeted, students, for all of you, topic on depreciation. You can see for yourself here, depreciation 32 AD, that is the next one. Thereafter 43, the concept of actual cost. The concept of actual cost, students, this is linked with this particular point. I think all of you are aware of the actual cost concept, isn't it? Then 36, 37, 40 and 43B, all the small deductions, students, all these small deductions which are majorly for adjustment purpose, those are the things which I have mentioned it over here to all of you. So 32 depreciation, 32 AD investment allowance, students, do investment allowance because this is your last attempt. After that, next year AY 32 AD is not there. 43 is about the actual cost. Ensure to do it because obviously you are linking it up. Now ICDS 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. Students, specifically I have also marked 1, 4. 1 and 4 would be done very fast. 1 is the basic principle. 4 is about revenue recognition. Even that is not a big deal. 5, 6, 7 and 9, students, why this ICDS 5, 6, 7 and 9 I have made a reference over here for only reason. And what is the reason? Reason is very clear. It is giving you the benefit of the actual cost concept. The concept of the actual cost are influenced through these ICDS 6, ICDS 7, ICDS 5, ICDS 9. Like ICDS 5 is in respect of the fixed asset. ICDS 6 is in respect of your exchange fluctuation. 7 is for the subsidy. Then after the 9 is about the borrowing cost. So you have to ensure you have to do a smart revision, and therefore you will have to ensure that while you are doing the depreciation, these ICDS, specifically 5, 6, 7 and 9, students, 1 and 4 hardly 10 minutes. 1 and 4 hardly 10 minutes, finish it off. 1 and 4 hardly 10 minutes, finish it off. 5, 6, 7 and 9 is the game, because they are all to do with the treatment of certain expenditure, about capitalization of the cost in determining the actual cost. Those are the things. Obviously, when it comes to subsidy, ICDS number 7, it is beyond the capitalization concept. There is a negative capitalization. Students, there is a negative capitalization that happens so far as the subsidy is concerned. You will just, for the first time you are hearing negative capitalization. Is it for the first time you are hearing the negative capitalization? Didn't I told you that if any particular subsidy is in relation to a depreciable asset, then that subsidy in relation to the depreciable asset has to be reduced in determining the actual cost. But apart from that, there are something more in that ICDS number 7, which is about the revenue recognition of the subsidy other than those subsidy which are in relation to the depreciable asset. So that is one particular point, students, which I am just making a reference of it. Yes, Abdul, I am live right now. Thereafter, point number 2, MAT and the company assessment. MAT, students, the MAT rate, as we all know, this is an important one. So the MAT rate plus the company assessment. 3 hours, students, I have given a timeline for this. 3 hours is the timeline, MAT as well as the company assessment. 3 hours is the timeline, students, which I have given it for this particular part. Why you do it now? Because this will take out your big pressure. This would be a big pressure that will be done away with. So do MAT as well as what? As well as the company assessment. 3 hours is a timeline, tops, that's it. And please, what I will suggest to all of you, I think, don't read the theory. You all know this. You may have already marked some very critical questions and answers, isn't it? Maybe some important adjustment. I have already done a lot of revision lectures for you in the MAT, and at that point of time, the critical adjustment, be it for REIT writ, be it for the Ind AS adjustment, those we have done, and that too done in a very comprehensive manner. So that revision, students, will become very decisive one. So just ensure to hold on to that particular adjustment. And plus one case law, students, I have mentioned the case law. What is the case law? Metal and chromium platter. This is the new case law which has came in, which is in relation to whether the exemption of the capital gains will it be available in computing the book profit. To that the answer is yes, although that the judgment is controversial, but please don't think right now about the controversial part. You will have to take the exemption, and that is one thing which you have to do in this regard. As far as this PDF is concerned, that would always be there in our Telegram channel. Plus, if not in Telegram channel, I will just let you know the contact number later on. Next is capital gains. Student, 30th November. Which 30th November? After SCMP costing day, the next day. Next day, students, I am giving you minimum 8 hours. See why minimum 8 hours? You can extend more if you want. You can go for maybe for say 12 hours. Why is it so? Because students, the elective paper load of revision is less. Elective paper load of a revision is less. So maybe you can do 70-30. 70% of DT paper number 7 and 30% of elective or ISCA. If those who are giving for the old course, they can do 30% the ISCA part, and the next day, any case, full day is there, and plus the day of the examination also, you get at least morning till, maybe we can say till 12 o'clock. So that much time, or 11 o'clock, that much time is there with all of you, isn't it? So therefore students, in this case, just pay attention on this particular part. Students, here for the next day, which is 30th November, a full off day, because now ISCA or the elective paper, as I told you, please use 30% or maximum 40% time. 60% time you will focus on doing what? Doing this particular 60% time you will focus on doing your direct tax, paper number 7. So if you study for 14 hours, definitely you have to study for 14 hours. You don't have any other option on the 30th of November. So 8 hours for this and 6 hours for your ISCA or paper 6 or elective paper, depending upon new or old course, or 10 hours and 4 hours. It is up to you, students, how comfortable that you have to take a call. What you are going to do, I'm just giving you students over here what I have given you. Just pay attention here. Capital gains plus dividend taxation plus IFOS. Students, capital gains plus dividend taxation plus IFOS. Students, dividend taxation for your attempt is very important, because yours is the last particular attempt wherein the dividend taxation becomes very critical, because from the next attempt the entire scheme of the taxation of dividend has changed. The DDT has gone. So when I say dividend taxation, right from 222A to 222E, that is number 1, plus 1150, that is number 2, plus 1034 and in excess of 10 lakhs, we all know 115 BBDA, that is the next one, plus 115 BBD. What is that 115 BBD? In the foreign company, the SSE in India, he is investing or having a voting power of minimum 26% stake in that foreign company from whom he is receiving the dividend. Then that dividend income so received will be taxed on a gross basis at 15%. That is what 115 BBD is all about, isn't it, students? So therefore, this is one thing that you should always keep in mind. Dividend taxation, please do it comprehensively, and the better way to do it has to be through the practical problems, and the IFOS. Now see in the remarks side, students, you will say, sir, 5.5 hours and to complete everything. No, In capital gains, you need not complete everything. What at least you need to complete, students, is this. What at least you need to complete in capital gains, students, is the charging section, all the charging section, 50C and 43CA, 50C and 43CA, which is in respect of the real estate transaction, business restructuring, 47, amalgamation, demerger, etc. After that, students, NRI, foreign institutional investment, ADR, GDR 112A, and dividend taxation in full. The dividend taxation, students, in full. Dividend taxation in full. So I have marked for capital gains. Do you know, students, one thing is missing in this for the capital gains part. One thing is missing, and that is your exemption. Why I am not taking exemption right now? I have kept exemption, students, for 2nd of December. But if some students see I have got a large heart, they will say, no sir, I think we should do exemption also on this day. Please go ahead and do it. As I have told you, there is no hard and fast rule. But why I have making like this presentation? Because, students, if you don't revise PGBP on the day before examination, if you don't revise capital gains a day before examination, if you don't revise dividend taxation or IFOS a day before examination, still it is fine. Why? Because these are all conceptual topics and all. But a day before examination, you need to revise penalty. A day before examination, you need to revise trust taxation, assessment, SFT, appeals, chapter 60 deduction, NR taxation, transfer pricing. And that is the reason why, students, I have made the planning in this particular way. So the logical flow, whatever is logical, I have given it as a first particular focus, that even though you don't revise it a day before examination, absolutely it is fine. So please try to cover it up earlier. And hence, capital gains, dividend taxation, and IFOs. And in capital gains, up till 112A, it's all about capital gains. Dividend taxation, students, you will do full. Plus, there is one case law, students, Tata Tea Company Limited. The life of Tata Tea Company Limited, students, this is the last attempt. Because again, in the next attempt, this Tata Tea Company Limited will lose its relevance. And you are aware of what? That Tata Tea Company Limited is a case law which has been asked, oh sorry, not asked, it is a case law which has been covered by the ICAI. If you remember the crux of the judgment is what? That the shareholder, in respect of a tea company, they are demanding that the dividend that has been distributed, out of the dividend, 60% of the dividend is in relation to the exempt income, and therefore only in respect of the 40% of the dividend, that the company should be charging DDT. Is this kind of a argument justified? And the answer is no, because the dividend that the shareholder is receiving is in respect of the shareholding. That is in respect of the investment. That is in respect of the shareholding, and not in respect of the agricultural activity. So the dividend as an income is earned on account of the shareholding in the company, and not on account of the agricultural activity. From whose perspective we are discussing this part? Shareholders' perspective. So therefore, to say that the dividend taxation under 1150 should be restricted only to the extent of 40% of the dividend distributed is an incorrect argument on the part of what? On the part of the shareholders. Students, after that, can you see point number 2? Case laws, 2.5 hours. Students, case law, 2.5 hours. And in 2.5 hours, case laws, assessment plus appeal plus settlement commission plus revision plus the capital gains. So all the case laws of this topic, students, that is why I want you to revise it, plus capital gains. And students, you are aware that there are new case law also. I think 10 case law which ICAI recently have given. If possible, students, do it those case laws also, because they are much to do with the assessment and the appeals. So the case law that you all are going to target, students, would be in that 2.5 hours on 30th of November would be for assessment, appeal, settlement commission, revision, and capital gains. I am dividing the case law into 2 parts. The main case law you are going to do it right now, and the remaining case law also you are going to do it somewhere over here. PGBP related case laws. Split the case law into 2 parts. Don't overburden yourself at one point of time, because then in this case it will become very dry and monotonous. But I have given you the timeline, students. Students, IFOS also, I have made a focus on IFOS also. Why IFOS? Because you know IFOS will get revised very fast. Why is it so? Because in capital gains, students, there is 50C. In capital gains, there is 50C. And because of that 50C, what will happen in the hands of the recipient? Students, in the hands of the recipient shareholder, sorry, not recipient shareholder, in the hands of the buyer, there is a 56,210. Remember that 56,210, whereby immovable property wherein he has purchased either without consideration or for inadequate consideration, and the difference between what? The qualifying amount of the stamp duty value minus the consideration paid, if it exceed what? Exceed the higher of the following two, and the higher of the following two is 110% of the 10% of the consideration paid, or rupees 50,000, whichever is higher. Rupees 50,000, whichever is higher. So therefore, in this particular case, students, this is how it has to be considered. So that is the reason why I am giving you this particular linking part, students, over here. So just ensure to do this linking part. Sorry, it is 5%, 10% now has happened for the Finance Act 2020 for May 21, November 21, and now in Diwali they have increased further for that period to 20%. But you don't get confused, for your attempt November 20 it is 5%. Okay, anyway, students, so please ensure that IFOS is also done, and also in IFOS you will do what? 5627B. Remember, a private company who is issuing the shares to a resident shareholder, and the issue price is in excess of what? Is in excess of the face value of the shares. If the issue price of the shares is greater than the face value of the shares, then to the extent of the difference between the issue price minus the fair market value of the shares, that much of the excess will be charged in the hands of the company under section 5627B. However, the eligible startup company will not have the impact of section 5627B if certain conditions as per the notification is satisfied. As per the notification is satisfied. Yes, Rajat, perfect. Yeah, it is 105%. For your attempt, it is 105%. Perfect. Now, students, going by this particular point, 2nd December 2020, which is that day? 2nd December, it is the day of your elective paper NSCA. So I have done with till 30th of November. I'm repeating, students, it can be 8 hours on 30th November, or you can extend it to 10 hours. It is up to you. Because as we know, the elective paper load or the load on ISCA for the old course or the elective paper for the new course is very less. So on 30th of November, you can use 10 hours for DT and 4 hours for elective paper or this one. Or stick with 8 hours and 6 hours. It is up to you. Completely up to you. It's your comfort. Now going to the 2nd December, students, this is the critical day. The day of ISCA and elective paper, 6.5 hours. I've given a target. Surrogate tax, students, that is the topic that you need to hit upon. What is a surrogate tax? 1.5 hours. I've told you. Alternate Investment Fund, AIF. International Financial Service Center, IFSC. REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Securitization Trust, Buyback, Tonnage Tax, DDT. And DDT, you'll say, sir, again DDT. What did I'm telling you in the bracket? Quickly means you already have done it 2 days back. Quickly run through the provision. Now, only quickly run through the provision. Hardly it will take you 5 minutes, just to refresh the mind. Now, students, my humble suggestion to all of you would be, for all these topic of AIF, IFSC, REIT, Securitization Trust, Buyback, Tonnage Tax, for all this one, you refer the practical question on the surrogate taxation. Directly refer what? The practical questions on the surrogate taxation. Meaning thereby, AIF, directly practical question. Students, if you know, there is a loss part. Are you aware of that one? There is a loss. Now there is an amendment in the case of the carry forward of the loss. By whom? By the investor. There are certain amendments, and in fact, those students who would have done MTP also, they have known that in my MTP number, I think it is MTP number 3. It is MTP number 3. Where in surrogate taxes there is one question wherein I have covered this particular amendment. If somebody can put across this link in while they are chatting, I can at least share that particular question name also in that MTP number. So if somebody can quickly let me know, I can just say in the video so that others can benefit out of it. I am not remembering the question number and all, so just that is the point. Anyways, yeah, there was one question in MTP. So REIT students, IFSC Securitization Trust buyback, tonnage tax. Students, my humble suggestion to all of you is that directly refer the practical questions. Please don't read the theory part, because technically speaking, all these questions are only for the practical part. Yes, theory part if you want to read the amendment things. Whatever are the amendments, read one time theory, but out and out, all these topics, students, all these topics are practical oriented topics. So therefore your focus has to be practical oriented topic. Shreya is saying that it is MTP3. 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 Abdul, I'll just answer you, Navneet, a bit later. Just hold on. Now coming to this one, point number 2, partnership assessment, profit link deduction, AMT, ICDS. Now please refer this one. 5 hours I am giving it to all of you students. Yes, Saloni. Partnership assessment, profit link deductions, AMT, ICDS. Students. Okay, just hold on, students. Can you just write? Tarun has given that particular question reference. Tarun has given the reference. Thank you, Tarun. It is question number 14, MTP3. Question number 14, MTP3. So it is question number 14, MTP3, which is Parul Limited. Question number 14, MTP3. This I have done one question which is based on the amendment. One question which is based on the amendment. Question number 14, MTP3, Parul Limited. Okay, fine. Now coming back, students, coming back to this point number 2, partnership assessment plus profit link deduction. You'll say, sir, what is this profit link deduction? 10AA, ATIA, ATIB, those are the profit link deductions. So plus AMT plus ICDS. Now students, again I'm writing ICDS. You'll say again and again ICDS. Which ICDS now? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. What did I write in the bracket? Quick revision. A quick revision, hardly 15 minutes. So that is the quick point to recap. That is what you just wanted to do. And general anti-avoidance rule, students. Now see, I have put across here the GAR plus CG exemption 54 series. Here I have done it. I have given you an option, students. I have given you an option. Either you can do CG exemption over here, or you can take it to the 8 hours slot. There you can shift it, but you can keep it over here. I can tell you, you can easily achieve the target in that 5 hours time. And the PGBP case laws. PGBP case laws here, students. When I say PGBP case law, the case law relating to the classification, the case law which is relating to the deductions under the head PGBP, bad debts, everything which has to do with the PGBP, the profit link deduction of 35 AD, Sibros Hotel. Remember that particular case law? So there are certain case laws which are being there. So those case law, students, needs to be looked upon. Now 5 hours I have given it to you. Students, what is the strategy for this topic? What is the strategy? Students, don't read theory. You will be duplicating your effort like reading 40B. What is 40B? Condition of allowances of the conditions and the limit of deductions of remuneration and the interest. The condition of the deduction of the remuneration and interest. So what is my take, students? You will unnecessarily duplicate by reading the theory. What you should do, mark those 2 good questions which covers everything, all the permutation combination, and directly do the partnership assessment from those 2 practical questions. Similarly, profit link deductions also, students. Profit link deductions also, refer those situations, refer those issues relating to the profit link deductions, and based on that, try to finish it off. Profit link deduction. AMT, all you are aware, it's a simplest of the topic. So any case, again, refer one couple of good questions, and that should be all. GAR also, students, directly first refer the case studies. All the case studies relating to general anti-avoidance rule, refer that, and if thereafter you want to come back, please come back to the theory. But first attack the case studies and then come back to what? Come back to this particular thing. Why I am telling you case study? Because it will give you that rhythm of the way you need to think about it on the day of the examination. Otherwise, if you read only the theory and you hardly do the case studies on GAR, then do you know what will happen? You will not know how to write the answers in the examination, and that is where you will try to make a big blunder. So my suggestion for all of you for GAR would be, there are 5-6 case studies which are there towards the end. in whichever book that you may have referred it, but that 5-6 case study which you have already have referred earlier, it should not be for the first time that you are referring. This is something that you have already referred. Refer directly that first, and then come back to those primary test and secondary test condition. Then come back to that primary test and the secondary test condition, and that is the way you need to finish it off that GAR. Half an hour again, students. Half an hour again, I am giving it to all of you to finish it off this. Half an hour for GAR. CG exemption 54 series, I have told you, either you do it over here or you can do it on 30th of November. The choice is with you. It's up to you, students, how you want to take it forward. PGBP case law also have made a mention to all of you in this regard. So surrogate taxes and point number 2, this is how you will do it. The crucial day, 2nd December. Now come the 3rd December, students, the big day. 14 hours, obviously that a day before examination. NR taxation and transfer pricing. Students, NR taxation, Saloni, hold on, let me first complete the entire thing. Let me first complete this entire sequence and then I will take the questions. Please let us go through this one. NR taxation plus transfer pricing, students. Now, what exactly it is in NR taxation and transfer pricing? 4 hours I have given. In this, students, like NR taxation, residential status, foreign company and individual, you all know. Residential status of the individual and foreign company. For foreign company, it is a poem. Thereafter, again, you can directly refer to the practicals also. Don't read theory on that day. Refer some practicals in such a way that in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it can be done. Don't do the duplication. Then comes section number 9. In section number 9, there is a business connection and then there is an indirect transfer. Business connection, indirect transfer. For business connection, read the theory carefully. For indirect transfer, directly jump into those practical questions that we have done it, whether in our compiler or wherever it is. So directly jump into that indirect transfer question and then try to visualize those particular conditions relating to indirect transfer. Thereafter, 912, salary deemed to accrue or rise in India, theory, read it. 915, 6 and 7, 5, 6 and 7, directly those chart. Remember that chart is there. When an interest income, when the royalty income, when the FTS income will be deemed to accrue or rise in India. And that is one thing, the deeming fiction. Who is the payer of the amount? And the payment is made in respect of whether the source or a business situated in India or a source or a business situated outside India. On that basis, the deeming fiction or the deeming fiction has to be considered for 915, 916 and 917 in respect of interest, royalty and FTS respectively. And also, students, there are certain explanation. Do you know what is that explanation? That once it is proved that the income of the non-resident in the form of interest, royalty and FTS is deemed to accrue or rise in India, then it becomes irrelevant to decide whether the non-resident has actually rendered the services in India. And also, it is irrelevant whether the non-resident has got a place of residence or a permanent establishment in India. These becomes irrelevant test. Students, these becomes irrelevant test. And if you remember, there is a question also. There is one German engineer who has given 50% services in India onshore in the client location and 50% in his own country. Services was provided to the Indian client. So 50% onshore, 50% offshore. So what is the answer? In respect of both, the income will be deemed to accrue rise in India. It is irrelevant whether he has actually rendered the services in India or not. It is an irrelevant test. Did you all got this one, students? Fine. After that, in this non-resident taxation, also do 44DA and 115A. Remember that interplay between the royalty and FTS. If the non-resident has got a permanent establishment in India, then the assessment of this royalty and FTS will be made on net basis. Whereas if he doesn't have the PE, then the assessment would be under 115A, that is on gross basis. And that exactly how it has to be considered when it comes to section 44DA and 115A. The interplay between these two sections, you need to do that. Did you all got this one? There is one question also which is there in the compiler or whatever materials that I have given it to all of you. Please also do 115 BBF. You'll say, what is that, sir? 115 BBF? The resident royalty income is also charged. The resident royalty income. Which royalty income? The royalty arising from the patent box, the industrial royalty. So that particular royalty income of a resident person is also subject to a special rate of tax. That is that 10% tax is charged on that royalty income earned by the resident on the satisfaction of certain conditions. 115 BBF, isn't it? And as it goes, that 10% is on gross basis, that is without any deduction of an expenditure, without deduction of any expenditure or allowances. And the beauty of that 115 BBF, students, is that on this particular income, there is no MAT. There is no MAT on this particular case. So that is one of the beauty of this particular section. Students, now then, so this is about this. After section 9, then you can go and do double taxation relief. Directly, students, double taxation relief, mark 2 or 3 key questions that you have done it, both for section 90 as well as for section 91. Whatever is there, section 90 and section 91, plus the foreign tax credit rules under rule number 128, plus that 115, which is the conversion of the foreign currency into the Indian rupee. Do those 2 rules as well. Which 2 rules I have just now told you? Rule number 128, which is in respect of the conversion of the foreign currency into Indian rupee. The foreign currency. Rule number 115 is about the conversion of the foreign currency into INR, and rule number 128 is about the foreign tax credit. So do that double taxation relief questions along with rule number 128 and rule number 115. Finally, students, there are certain theories in double taxation relief, like the tie break rule, what is the PE, what is the significance of the permanent establishment, and what is the treatment of that non-discriminatory article. These theory, students, all the students, whether it is a new course or old course, will do it. Whether it is an old course or new course, they will all do it. Thereafter, students, or new course students have to exclusively revise what? This theory. So students, my suggestion to all of you is that if supposingly there is a gap in revising, there are some additional theory, students. For the new course, I am talking about it. There are some additional theory, BEPS, the fundamentals of the BEPS. Thereafter, the overview of the model conventions and the interpretation of the tax treaties. So there are 3 theory topics which are additionally allocated for the new course students. My suggestion is that please try to revise in these days, like half an hour right now if you can give for these theory, so that the burden is less on this day for the revision of the theory on these particular thing. It is up to you. Those who are having elective paper of 6C international taxation, for you it's like a bonus, because already you would have done it a day before very comprehensively. For you all it is a bonus, but those who are having other elective paper, not international taxation, for all of them, try to do sometime before. Just ensure to do it sometime before. This would be critical for all of you students, because it will give you that necessary push and the necessary confidence to revise it very quickly or day before examination. Chapter 6A, students, don't ignore it. 30 minutes I have given it. 80C, 80D, they do ask these chapter 6A in the practical questions. So don't ignore them. I have given 30 minutes, 80 JJAA, 80 QQB and all, 80 TTA, all the small limits. Please do ensure to go through the same chapter 6A as well. TDS, TCS, advanced tax and interest, 2 hours I have given it on that particular day, which is the day before. So that 2 hours I have given it for this particular revision. Thereafter, PGBP, students, you'll say again PGBP. This is 2.5 hours to 3 hours, and this is the remaining provision of PGBP. Apart from whatever we have marked on 29th of November, apart from that, or whatever is left out, students, you can do it over here. And please don't forget to do 44 AD, 44 ADA, 44 AE. These are very important section, students. So therefore, you will do them. Now, ICDS, I have covered here 2, 3, 8 and 10. 2, 3, 8 and 10. The valuation, this is about valuation, students. 2 is valuation of inventory. 8 is about valuation of the securities, and 3 is the construction contract, and the 10 is about the provision for the contingent liabilities as to its recognition. So these are the ICDS which you can deal with it in this particular context. Point number 5, if you see trust, taxation, cooperative society, AOP, BOI, liability in special cases, 2 hours again. Students, again for this, except for trust taxation which has got to do with theory, taxation which has got to do with theory, cooperative society, AOP, BOI, liability in special cases, do it and quickly revise. Revise what? Revise through practicals. Liability in special cases is also theory, like legal representative, liability in special cases. Students, this liability in special cases, do at least 2 particular section carefully. Which 2 sections, students? The liability in the case of, do at least 1 section. Legal representative, section number 159. Do that 159 carefully. 159. You will say, sir, why 159 you are saying? Because students, there is a lot of COVID case, we all know, a lot of death has happened. And because of this lot of death that has taken place, there is a high chances, if somebody like me who is there in the paper setting, definitely I will look into what is happening today. Many death has happened, unfortunate thing has happened, and people has died without will. People have died without will, students. And then what happens in this case? The liability and assessment, all the things, I think now you are aware of these things, isn't it? So 159 becomes a key section in this case. So just ensure to do it. I have told for November students this, or Jan students, Jan 21 or May 21, this section would be definitely have a coverage in the exam. It depends upon who is the examiner. If I am the examiner, I will definitely will ask. Depends. Point number 6. Penalties and prosecution, section 147, power of income tax authority. By the way, students, let it be. Penalties and prosecution, section 147, power of the income tax authority, 2 to 3 hours. You'll say, what is the 2 to 3 hours? So students, a day before penalty, now again for penalty and prosecution, students, again for penalty and prosecution, you will do it. Practicals directly, like 270A, directly do those practical questions which are being there. Ensure to do those practical questions. Penalty 270A, 271AA, 271AA, the interplay between, if 271AA is applicable, then 270A is not applicable, as well as if on the portion of the income on which 271AA is applicable, on that portion of the income 270A is not applicable. And some miscellaneous penalty, students, miscellaneous penalty like for tax audit, not maintaining the books of accounts, those penalty, students, just do ensure to cover it up there at that point of time. Some penalty, students, you already would have referred at the time of transfer pricing chapter. In the transfer pricing chapter also you would have done penalty. Some penalty you would have already done with the TDS. I have taught you those things. Don't say no. I have already taught you in the revision class also, in the main lectures, capsule, everywhere. I have revised you in the penalty in this particular way itself. So therefore, students, just ensuring what? That the penalty is done a day before. Because see, these are the theory, and this is where the remembering and memory comes into play. And that's the reason why the idea of keeping penalty a day before. Plus 147, students, I am keeping it over here. But please don't worry. Why you should not worry? Because maximum of the case law you already have done. Students, maximum of the case law you already have done it in this particular context. Maximum of the case law, because see, what is assessment is full of case laws only. Assessment, appeals and all, revision, it is only about case laws. In case law only the entire concept is over. So therefore, I have given it here 147. So apart from case law, whatever little bit is left, do that. Power of income tax authorities, 131, 133, 127, 129, 119, CBDT power, the circular. Remember, if supposingly I have filed a return of income a day late, then the business loss can get lapsed. Only one authority now I should approach for the purpose of condoning this delay, and that is CBDT. But then CBDT, you cannot keep on flooding the CBDT with the application to condone this delay or to grant you this relief. Then depending upon the tax relief which is sought to be claimed, that they have created the authority, whether the application has to be made with the CIT or the CCIT or with the CBDT. It depends upon the relief that is sought to be claimed. Thereafter, students, 4th December 2020, that day itself, exam. Balance assessment. You will say, so what is left in balance assessment? Assessment in consequence of search. Okay, students, one thing. Power of Income Tax Authority. In the Power of Income Tax Authority, don't forget Survey 133A and 132. The search. And when you do search, ensure to do three things. What is the deemed and constructive seizure? What is the concept of the order of restraint? And the last is the provisional attachment. The three concept. That is the three concept, students, that you will ensure to put forth in this regard. And that 133A and 132 and 132A, this is what you will ensure to finish it off a day before the examination. And on the day of the examination, balance assessment. In the balance assessment, students, 153A, 153C, 153A, 153C. That is what you should do. Recovery plus SFT, that is a statement of the financial transaction, plus the appeal. Now, students, here you can write the Advance Ruling and Settlement Commission. Now, Settlement Commission case law, already you have done it earlier, students. So now what is balance referred here? AAR and Settlement Commission. Case law already you have done of this one above. So here AAR, and it's all theory. Read who are the eligible SSC, what is the eligible case, what is the ineligible case, and whether the order is valid. Whether the order, if it is obtained through fraud and misrepresentation of the fact, then we all know that the authority has got the power to render it as invalid. Same way for Settlement Commission. On the similar lines, you may revise the Settlement Commission plus rectification of the order of Settlement Commission. 6 months is the timelines by which the rectification can be done. So that is one point that you can always try to do in the context of the Settlement Commission. So if you want to take this AAR and Settlement Commission a day before or earlier day, it is up to you, students. But it is up to you how you address this AAR and Settlement Commission. House property clubbing and set off. Now, students, if you see over here 2, 3 and 4, I am taking on a lower side, like I am reducing the pressure. Maximum pressure should be exhausted earlier. So therefore, house property clubbing, set off and salary. House property, the key section. Don't do this GAV calculation, how to do those things. Partial LOP, partial SOP and all those stuff. Don't get into all that thing. Herein you can just try to focus on the two house property, SOP property. In the case of the builder for whom the property is held as a stock and trade, for them the GAV would be considered as nil for a period of 2 years, isn't it? So those are the special point, co-owners and all. So these are the cases of the house property clubbing. Maybe directly refer the question and answer. Set off, already you would have done it, but maybe some key provision of section 78, 79. 78 and 79 is what you should try to focus upon in the context of the set off and the salary. Case laws. Now, students, what is this case law? Already you have done with the case laws part. Like PGBP case law list is already there, and what is the case law part? This assessment, appeal, settlement commission, revision and the capital gains. So all these case laws are already being captured, students. So therefore, I have given 1 hour again for the second revision on the case law front, only because it is a theoretical side. I am giving you those particular second revision. If you want to do a second revision, please do it. And last but not the least, point number 4, practical problems, optional if time permit, MTP1, MTP5, MTP7 and RTP of November 2020. But again, I am repeating with a disclaimer, those who have not done these MTPs, they are not supposed to do anything new. Now, there are certain questions that, sir, what are the practical problems that we are supposed to do? Students, if you all have done the MTPs, so I've already marked the MTPs. Now you can just decide what you need to do in that regard. Because any case, now if like for example, for surrogate taxes, I've told you to do this practical. So you would have done this practical at least either from my book or from my compiler or from my MTP or from some other author's book. So wherever you have done it, you just have to mark the important question. Partnership assessment also, I have told you the same thing. Didn't I told you that this part is all full practicals now? Now partnership assessment also do the same thing. Refer directly the practicals. Don't refer anything theory in this segment. So which practicals now? Now 2 questions that you may have referred it. comprehensive question that could cover the every adjustment, mark them. AMT, mark them, but only those questions that you have referred it. Again, I'm repeating this. GAR case study, I have told you the case study that you have already may have referred it. Those are the case study. That is what you need to deal with it. NR taxation transfer pricing, again certain practical question that you have read it from our booklet, from the compiler, from the MTP1, brilliant questions which were there, or other authors' books. Select the critical questions. That is my humble suggestion to all of you. Okay, so that is what you need to do. Those students who want to say that no sir, we have done only your particular material and your MTPs, so don't worry, then non-resident and transfer pricing, any case you are going to do this MTP1. MTP1 students, at least MTP1, if not any other MTP, revise MTP1 on the day of the examination. Because for the new course students, for the new course, primarily, it is so important, this MTP1, that they have got some very good questions also. So therefore, MTP1 is a must to be revised and referred. Did you all got this one? Now I have dealt with each and everything, students. Now I will just and now any particular queries and all that you all have to give it to me. Any other queries and all that you may have to give it to me in this regard. Post 9, between 9 to 10, I'm just giving you one WhatsApp number for queries purpose. Okay, you can just take a note of it. Between 9 PM to 10 PM only. This is the number. Only between 9 PM to 10 PM. Fine, students. Now, apart from that, now students, be careful. Some students are suggesting that, sir, other than that, practicals. Now, I'll tell you one point, students. If you feel in the entire revision that is there in front of you, any topic you think that you are vulnerable on that topic, any topic, up to you, which you think that, no, sir, I am not that comfortable in those topics. So, if you think you are not comfortable, my humble suggestion, I told you one day in between from now, if you can just take that one day out, or maybe not full day at a stretch, maybe 2 hours, and that way you can try to cover up very smartly those areas wherein you think that you are a bit vulnerable on that. So that what will happen is that you are covering on the sidelines those areas which you think you are vulnerable on that, so that on that day, those 4 days of the execution that you have to do on 29th, 30th, 2nd and 3rd and 4th, you are well up to the mark. You are up to the mark in terms of the execution part. So this is what, students, I will say to all of you, that if you can just take primarily, if you can just take out in this particular way, Triyambak Patro, please mark all the questions that we can directly refer from the compiler. See, from the compiler, which questions? If you all have done MTP, frankly speaking, if you have done it MTP, my suggestion is that then revise MTP on the day before examination. If you all have done MTP. MTP for Jan, that we will see. MTP for Jan, we will see. Right now, we have to get more clarification what will be there in this case. Please mark for this one. Sir, please upload PDF LDR. This PDF is already uploaded in our Telegram channel. I have not done MTP. So, okay, in my compiler part, I will just give certain markings. The compiler that you are asking. So, allow me a day or two. Primarily, I'll just give some question marking. Those who want to do the compiler only and they have not done the MTP, which are the questions from the compiler that you can see. I'll give that thing. Share the question on 271 AAB. It is already there, Divya. You can do one thing. You will just put across this particular thing. On this message, you will just give it at 9 PM to 10. And I'll give you those questions. LDR is uploaded. Now 6C. Students are asking, sir, about 6C. Those who are appearing for 6C students, your first target is all the new topics only. new topics is what you need to cover it first, not the common topics. The new topics, you will do it very carefully, plus the theory topics like BEPS, overview of the model convention, Vienna Convention of Law of Treaty, black money. These are the topics, students, that you will try to focus first more. Then, students, what I will suggest to all of you is that some past year questions that you may have already have earmarked, you should also select those questions much ahead just now. Like for example, here in like black money, 1 or 2 good questions, and transfer pricing, as well as the double taxation section 9. So you should mark some very good questions, because otherwise the syllabus is very small. So my suggestion would be that for the new course students, first and foremost is that do all the new topics, the treaty part, which we have also discussed very comprehensively. Invest the time over there in terms of the understanding it very well. Black money, then the overview of the model conventions, and the other particular small topics which are exclusively meant for the paper number 6C, do them first. Then the practicals which are there, students, mark from the past year, or the MTPs which are being there. Mark those questions that you are going to revise without fail while you are doing these topics. Maybe a set of 10 questions. A set of 10 questions that you have already referred it earlier, students. Already referred it earlier. Minimum set of 10 comprehensive questions is what needs to be revised. This is the approach. 10 to 15, anything between 10 to 15. So read it fast. Strategy for 6C. Read the theory fast. Practice through the question bank more. And that is what you will divide it into 50% time. 6C, that 1.5 days, 50% is the time, the way you are going to divide it. 50% revise it, and 50% is going through those case studies. That exactly what you are going to do in this particular case. Yes, Navneet, it is sufficient. If Navneet, I think you already have done MTPs, isn't it? Aniket, if you have done MTP, please stick to the MTP only. Now don't do compiler. You stick only to MTPs. That's it on the day of the examination. ICI SM full module and ICI MTP complete. Do I need to refer MTP? Sonal, please don't do that. Whatever you have referred it, please stick to that. I am again repeating it. No new questions, neither for paper number 7 nor for paper number 6C. You will do it. Neither for paper 7 nor for 6C. Saurabh, how to revise PGBP? Only questions. Only questions means only PGBP. I have given it over here. 32 AD and all the stuff. See, PGBP on the day of the examination, you don't do the questions and all. On the day of the examination. Okay. At the most, if you want to do the questions for 33 AB. Do the questions for 44 AD, ADA, because there are some advanced tax calculation which is being linked up. Do the question on 3617A, which is about the provision for bad and doubtful debts. Isn't it? So those are the key areas. On that only you should do the questions. Rest of it you can just simply ignore. IFSC question solve करवा दो sir please. IFSC question. चलो मैं कुछ निकालता हूँ उसका, मैं IFSC क्वेश्चन का मैं आपको वो लिंक निकाल के वो कोशिश करूंगा, मैं अपने टेलीग्राम चैनल में डाल दूंगा, ठीक है, जो आप IFSC क्वेश्चन की बात कर रहे हो. Studied but still scared. That is the law of nature, isn't it? A day before examination, even after having so much of gap, you will have a feel that your intermediate study was much better as compared to your final CA study. I'm telling you, even though the examination, if I have to tell you right now, and I'm telling you with this thing, students, please be very careful. You are all going to undergo this particular feeling. And this feeling is going to be there. I have given my examination in that 2.5 months of study leave. You maybe after a lot of extension, you have reached up till here. Even if the ICI has to say, okay, now the examination directly we are going to conduct in November 2021, same time next year, you will have the same particular anxiety. And how much is enough, nobody knows. You can only do to the best of the preparation, the guidance, strategy, and that is it. Leave rest to the God. That is exactly what you can all do, students. And I'm telling you again, students, these are the very important days. Please look internal, don't look external. If you, the next 10 and 15 days, if you think looking here and there, how much you have done, did you have completed this, he shows you, your friend shows you, did you have done this, that, you will go mad primarily at this stage. It's just to have your peace and composure very clearly and try to only understand where you need to really focus upon. in terms of your revision. I think that I have just made a standard template, but this can easily be customized, and the way you want to do it depending upon how you have been placed, what is your comfort level of the topic. You can easily keep on scrolling the topic here and there. But students, take it from me, how much ever you do it, a day before examination, you'll always get a feel that a day more I could have done it much better. This thing is not going to die down. You people are getting 3-4 days to do it. We had continuous examination on the consecutive days without having any particular day. Still, that could be managed at that time. It will be managed at your time as well. So just have faith. You have done it enough. You have done it the best particular way, and I think you are well equipped. If it is not you, then who would be? Isn't it? That is the question that needs to be asked. Okay, now question, one last point. One last point, students. In the examination that you are going to attempt, please take my suggestion, MCQ, do it maybe somewhere in midway. Try to attempt 3 to 4 questions, minimum 3. When I say 3 questions, means 3 full questions or 2 full questions. You have to be ready. Now please pay attention on last particular thing. I'm live. I may not get an opportunity to come live like this with all of you. Please pay attention on one particular point. If the paper is tough, you will see through the examination easily. Not when I say you say, how can you say easily? Because the marks, the way they allocate the marks, they are giving the marks in bounty. All highest marks from our students were from those attempts wherein they were having a tough paper. And therefore, please relax and understand that by having a tough paper, the ICI correction pattern goes a bit milder. I'm telling you, and that is where the advantage is. Now, what you need to do, strategy is like this: 3 full questions, or 2, whichever you know the best. I'm talking about descriptive. You will attempt first. Try to secure 25 to 30 marks. The initial 30 marks is the key, students. And your 30 marks has to be the best attempt. I'm not only talking about DT, I'm also talking about the other papers as well. 30 marks has to be the best attempt. Now, whichever way you want to see, but ensure not it should be zigzag, like question 3A and after that question 4B. Don't do that kind of blunder. Then you should try to attempt these questions later on. At least 2 full questions which you know the best. Try to attempt that first. There are 2 things. First of all, you have covered that many number of marks. You have covered 30 marks. And initial time, when you are solving initially, there is a bit of tentativeness. Like you already are on a slow pace during the initial hours. And therefore, when you are in a slow pace during the initial point of time, first half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, please try to use the time for descriptive. The moment that 30 marks is done, then you will have the momentum. And then you can try to go on the top gear. And once you are in the top gear, at that time you can go to the MCQs. Because MCQ 1 mark, 2 marks, it's not worth to give a time whereby you are stuck for 10 minutes for 2 marks MCQ. That is suicidal. So come to the MCQ part when you have the momentum, and that momentum is only after that first 30 marks. Whatever question that you know the best, do that. Then attempt certain MCQs. Again in the MCQ, students, don't get stuck. Keep moving further. If time permits, you will come back. But try to ensure that MCQs you can attempt it without wasting much of time. If you think that there is a high-end calculation is involved and 2 minutes I have spent it, but if I start doing the calculation, I will spend another 5 minutes. Then is it worth it? Take a conscious call. Leave it and go to the next particular thing. That way, at least you may have spoiled your 10 minutes only, but you have saved yourself from disaster. That particular approach. So 30 minutes, then MCQ, then come back to the descriptive, whatever the best that you can make thereafter. Now it's up to the game would be depending upon what kind of paper is there in front of you. But in any paper, please mark my words, in any paper, be it DT or any paper, 30 marks is always manageable. 30 marks is always manageable. Be it any paper. So that manageable chunk, you need to prepone it at the very outset, get the momentum and then venture it. Venture it where? To the MCQs. And then come back and just see what is the fate as far as that paper is concerned. Now thereafter, to predict is very difficult. This is precisely how you're supposed to do it. 15-minute strategy, which you will have it. When you get the paper, what you are going to do? Try to select the questions that you are going to attempt it and try to work out their solution in mind. What should be the first para, second para, and this one. First is the selection. The first 10 to 12 minutes would be the selection, and then trying to focus on the presentation part. What exactly you need to put it across this thing. Don't only glance like a newspaper here and there and then spoil your mood. You have to be very focused. Select your prey. Where is your prey? Which is there? It may be question number 7 also. So be it, doesn't matter. Select those particular thing. Have a hawk eye on what kind of combination that you're going to pick it up. Do that 30 marks, MCQ, and rest of it, nobody can say anything about it. It's up to the paper is tough or easy or average. It's up to on that day that is there. But if you do this, you are unstoppable. You will see through it. Take it my advice, students. 30 marks, even if it's a blinder of a paper, a very tough paper, 30 marks is always manageable. I can again tell you my own story. 4 marks, the person who is in front of you, only 4 marks I knew, wherein I felt that I have read it something. But then I came to know that everyone is on the same board, and then that happiness came. And it is not only me, others also are in the same particular board. And that's where the entire confidence came, that now at least let's be sensible and try to take one question at a time, think whatever the best that I can do it, and please ensure, students, when you write the provisions, please, your first point, students, first point always has to be provision. They don't want you to again put across the facts of the question again in the form of the provision. Please don't do that. 90% of the students again bring down the same question facts and they put it in their answer. First point. The ICI already know what is the question. Why you are repeating the question in your own words? No, sir, we are warming up. You are not supposed to warm up in your answer. First point has to be the dead provision. What is the relevant provision applicable? And if possible, underline the keywords of that provision which is squarely applicable to that particular case study. And that exactly, students, you are going to deal with it. And that is how, students, you will try to do it. So just take that particular thing. Thereafter, build up your paper in a smart way. And step by step, brick by brick, I'm telling you, the moment you touch the 30 marks, you get the momentum. You know that now, you know you are in the race. That first 30 is the game, students. And the selection is what you should focus on your first 15 minutes. Get that 30 marks, solve them diligently. Even though you are having a outer time limit of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, still it is okay, because anyway you will not be comfortable with the 10 marks question of any paper minimum. So therefore, that is already covered up by the first 30 minutes, but the momentum is the key. So even though 10-15 minutes extra you may have taken, don't need to worry. You will cover it up later on. It's just like your train. They will cover it up, but the momentum is the game. That's exactly what, students, I will say to all of you. I think I have taken your enough time. I suppose MTP 7 not required is a theory question. Theory के लिए मैं नहीं निकाल रहा हूँ. ये पूरा थियरी आप देख लो क्योंकि वो थियरी है. प्रैक्टिकल्स में स्टूडेंट्स वेर फाइंडिंग सर्टेन डिफिकल्टी एंड दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई आई वाज पुटिंग इट अक्रॉस इट. Okay, students, how much did I score? I was 77 in my attempt in direct tax, and 4 particular marks only I knew. IPCA laboratory 80 HHC, and thereafter only that question. Thereafter, looking into second, trust taxation came. I thought, okay, I remember something about the private trust and all. I was looking into it. Then I written my own set of provision, whatever the best that I knew on that particular question, analysis, conclusion. Then solved that one very difficult question which was there. Practical question, but I still managed to solve it. I thought that 50% only. I was only convinced that 50% is right, 50% is wrong. Like that it was happening. But maybe in some questions 60%, 70% may have become correct, and I ended up still getting 77. I don't know how it has happened, but it has happened. I knew that at the end of the paper I will pass, but never knew that it will end up at 77. So students, this is what ultimately it is. Thank you, Vishu Patel. Thank you all, students. Now it's up to you guys. Please ensure, make it count. That is my humble stake, students. Jan में paper confirm होंगे या doubtful है your review. Jan, Akshat, it will be there. Now since ICI has already told it, so they cannot back off, because many students have already done an opt out. So now they cannot back it off. Okay, obviously many students are there who are still appearing for November. They can't back off. Don't worry about that. Deepika, the same thing I have already told you. May and November MTP questions are the same. Mostly Pooja, the questions are the same. How about my twins? My twins are there. Shararya, I think they are playing. Let it be. Please guide with material to hold with paper 6C. Paper 6C, Jia, my suggestion to you would be paper 6C module, ICI module, plus paper 7, the material that you have referred for international taxation plus the tax rate also, because you will not get any tax rate thing in your paper 6C module. So paper 6C, you will take that module, paper 7, that module for international taxation, transfer pricing, and plus also where is the tax rate, because tax liability calculation has to be done. So please take paper 7 full materials, whichever you have taken. Yeah, Harshul, it is happening. No, we should not required, not required. Please don't do this one. Chandni, is an important question for transfer pricing from compiler before one day. Chandni, what I am going to do is that many students are asking, if I am done only compiler, what should I do? I have not done MTP. So see, if you have done MTP, stick to MTP. If you have not done MTP and you have done compiler, so I will do one thing, I will list out in a day or two, give me a time in my Telegram channel, the important questions of the compiler that you can see. And in that transfer pricing also, I will try to cover it up. Derek, maybe irrelevant question to ask, but if one out of my 3 papers go wrong, can I opt out before last paper and write all in Jan? I think, Derek, that option may not be available. I am absolutely clueless about this part. So let's see. Payal, thank you very much. My twins requires always an attention, so they feel very good about it when they get so much of attention, isn't it? So that child, that curiosity is there to get their attentions and all. And as a father, you love them having that attention being got. Navneet, SM. Yeah, it will serve the purpose. Paras, please guide for penalty chapter. Paras, I have already told 270A, 271 AAB, 271 AAC. Then Paras, penalty for that tax audit, penalty for that 44 AA, non books of accounts. Thereafter, Paras, there are penalties for transfer pricing. There are penalties for TDS and TCS. Do the penalty for transfer pricing and TDS, TCS with the respective topic itself. That is the way you should be dealing with it. Akshat, will I be giving till the time, Akshat, I am getting the clarity from the ICI what they are going to do, whether they are going to stick with the same AY or they are going to change the AY. I will update you guys from time to time, don't worry. So Paras, this is the way you will do it, the penalty. Sonal, sir, should I cover Vodafone case? Paper 6C, if you are talking about it, not required. Now Vodafone is not required. Indirect transfer provisions is required. Indirect transfer. Because of Vodafone, what happened in the income tax law is what you need to refer, which is the provision relating to indirect transfer. That is what you should refer. Thank you, Manjunath. Navneet, do I take fresh SM, AS? There are some amendments after 19. Yeah, but if Navneet, you are doing paper number 7, you already know the amendment, so don't worry about that. E-assessment, yes, Sonal, you should. You should. Safe harbor rule, now I think safe harbor rule you already know. May it is the attempt. So I don't think safe harbor would be applicable for all of your attempt. ICI has added new questions in the study material. Maybe they would have done it. E-assessment is there. You should do the e-assessment, but only I think I have already done a quick revision with all of you for e-assessment. So you can stick with that. Slump sale, is it important? It's very easy, Abhinav. You should do it. 50B. If it comes, it's like a bonus for all of you. Thank you, Rajat. Can you give the list of important case law, please? See, one thing which is there. I'll tell you one thing, Rajat. Who has asked for the important case law? Vishu. Assessment, appeal, penalties. Assessment, appeal, review, revision. Don't take any chance on those things, because those chapters are heavily on the case law front. Okay, rest of it, which are the important case law, I'll try to give it apart from these case law. Apart from this case law. Okay. SA, capital gains, I didn't got it. What you are saying? Capital gains. I will say, students, I came this time, I was lying low quite a time. I got stuck COVID 2 times, primarily, and I've came out because now I've developed that kind of a immunity within myself. But these were the times, very difficult times of the quarantine and all those stuff which has been taking place. Mental stress was big thing for me herein. So not in a great frame of mind, in fact, to come before this thing. You also understand from your side also it's very difficult while you are studying from teacher's perspective, because I've got the studio at my home, but I was traveling across it primarily to take the lectures. Those revision students would be aware of that. So these were difficult time, and in that process itself I got stuck with the COVID and all. So difficult time, but now we have seen through the worst of it. Hopefully the thing settles down. It's really a utmost frustrating thing for every one of us. Primarily, what to do? It is such an utmost frustrating. Nowhere I have, like, it's like a jail now for us also. Uh, Akshat, if it is the same AY, let's see. Akshat, let's wait for it. ICI will give a clarification on that. MMR in your capsule is updated. Yeah, MMR is updated. Exit tax, please don't leave that exit tax. Trust taxation and all. It is important. Gia, important case study. Gia, I may not give the important case study for one reason, that if supposingly students, you have only do Gia that particular case study which you have done it earlier. Don't do anything new. That is my humble and some request to all of you. Okay, so don't do any new case study. You select that case study. Don't take it, because a new questions only will come. My idea for the case study was that by doing this, your oiling is done in a practical way, the application oriented. That was the reason. But please don't do anything which is a new thing at this point of time. This is my suggestion. Thereafter, Priyanka, thank you, Priyanka. Sonal, writing section number gives extra marks. Obviously, like, you should try, if as much as possible you should try. Why not? Exit tax is important in trust. Yes, it is. Vishu Patel, 34.944. Yes, if you're talking about the MMR of the AOP BOI MMR, yes. There it is, this one. No, if you're talking about the exit tax, Vishu Patel, if you're talking about the exit tax, 34.944, and the answer is yes. Because that you charge 12%. But if you talk MMR of AOP BOI, you talk about MMR of AOP BOI, then it is 42 point. Why? You take then the surcharge over there, 37% surcharge over there in AOP BOI MMR. But if it is the exit tax MMR, then it is 34 point this thing, because you take 12% as the this thing. Fine, students. Thank you, Abdul. Chalo, all the best, all the best. Do well, guys. Don't worry much, primarily. Now, see, everyone is frustrated at the end of it. And I'm telling you, next 6 months also, nothing is going to move in the country. So whether you pass now or whether you pass after next 6 months, life is going to wait. Nothing is going to move for the next 6 months. I'm telling you, students. So just be relaxed. Unnecessarily, why you're taking tension. Just enjoy the process, feel the pressure, and try to beat that pressure. Be a different person now. This is the time to experiment. You are not going to get this particular time again in life. You will say, if, I'm telling you, students, I can see until May nothing is moving. Until May 21, nothing is moving. So don't worry, nothing is going to change. You just be relaxed and give the best that you can do. Try to absorb the pressure and try to excel in that particular moment. Moment to moment you should live, and you should try to excel in that particular moment. One particular thing, students, one I will always say, be like MS Dhoni, the old MS Dhoni that we all know. And I used to always say, what is that? Comet the man, comet the R, comma, comet the man. This is what you should now be. So when the time really comes, the pressure situation, comet the R, come that man who can handle that pressure. That exactly that you should become. It's not only about CA final. Where you are going to reach ultimately in your life, it depends upon how you handle this moment. Success or failure becomes irrelevant at this stage. The ability to deal with that moment at this stage is the game. Comet the R, comet the man. people are watching you. Don't goof up. When I say don't goof up, meaning thereby don't try to give up. Primarily at this stage, when you have came so near, irrespective of pass and fail, doesn't matter at this stage. You need to see through this particular moment with full. Many of the matches India has lost. Even when MS Dhoni was playing and we came so close, but we still lost. But we still were saying wow for him because the way he has handled that particular pressure. And that exactly is expected from all of you. Win and lose has got no relevance. The way the ability to handle this moment and and inculcating a habit to excelling this pressure cooker situation every now and then is what the entire character is what you need to build upon. And you have a very good particular point of time, friends. Now this particular thing, don't worry much, don't think much. As I've told you, next 6 months nothing is changing. Life is waiting. You stay relaxed, stay positive, give your best shot. Okay, and next time when we catch up or something like that, there has to be some story to tell. How you handle those particular moments, the last 15 days of your examination and maybe this 7 days before the examination. Okay, see you then, students. Do well. God bless to all of you. I have given you one contact number, friends, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. You can put across this one. Yes, definitely, Abhinav. So, students, Deepika, how important are the case law and ICA material for JAN attempt? Deepika, it is important. And where to do case law from? Case law, I have already, case law, it is given in the ICA case law segment. You can do it from there. I have given you this particular contact number, students. I'll close this video. And if there are any queries, you can just primarily contact me around that particular point of time. Should I have referred Saloni? If you haven't referred the no, Saloni, please don't do that. Don't do that. Refer RTP instead. Refer RTP instead. Okay. Do RTP instead. Fine, students. Fine. Let's close this video. I'll catch up with all of you soon again. Okay. And make yourself proud now. More than making me proud or your parents proud, make yourself proud. You should always have your heads high. Make yourself proud. This is important for all of you. Okay? That is the game. You are not doing for anyone else. You are doing it only for yourself. Be very clear on this particular part. Okay? Take care. Do well. Sai. No, don't worry about that. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much.